Is everybody okay with that? Okay. So lesson 6, we're going to talk about calculating total property tax due. So putting it all together, okay, on page 30. So a property tax bill in Winnipeg shows a lot of information. And from the website I showed you, there's a lot of information there, right? Now, it takes all of that, all the things that we're learning now to understand what those numbers are. Growing up, I never learned all these stuff. So if somebody gives me this paper, I wouldn't know how to read it, okay? Only a little, after I've really had time to sit down and think about all that stuff and to understand it. That's how I learned. It's a lot of stuff. You will be asked in this course to calculate the total property tax on a property. So in order to calculate the total property tax owing, we need to determine the portion assessment, okay? We also need to calculate municipal tax. We also need to calculate education tax. We need to calculate the local improvement. We've already done that. And then the tax credit that I talked about. So this one here, we've already done this part here. We've done this part already, the municipal tax. We've done the local improvement. So these are the only two things that we haven't done really, okay, to kind of put it all together. So we'll do probably one example and then we'll go on from here. So example 1. So let's see. Jim's property, okay, so Jim's property, land and house has an assessed value of $215. So can you see over here, they already clump them all in one. They're not separate anymore. So the land and the house together, the value is $215,500. That's the assessed value. The portion percentage for this type of property is 45%. So that's the portion percentage. Okay? And then they tell us that the property is 50 feet in frontage. Okay? Well, that's going to be important to us when we talk about local improvement. Okay? So let's take a look at letter A. Letter A. Calculate the portioned value of the property. Okay, so what's a portion value? That's a portion assessment. Yeah. So we know that the portion is 45%. So 45% times the value of his property. What's the value of his property? $215,500. Okay. 45% times $215,500. We've already added them up, so we don't have to do it. So let's go ahead and calculate that one. How do we calculate this? 0.45 times 215,500. 0.45 times 215,500. So it's dollars, right? Assessment value is $96,975. So this is the part where you actually show your work. So that's the A, portion of the property. Now let's take a look at letter B. Calculate Jim's municipal property tax due if the mill rate is 12.15 mills. Okay, so municipal tax. Okay, so how do you calculate municipal tax? It's mill rate divided by 1,000 times portion assessment. Is that okay? Okay, remember that one? So what's the mill rate? 12.15. So 12.15 divided by 1,000 times the portion assessment. So we're gonna, that's the reason why we had to calculate the portion assessment first. 96,975. Okay, so, good. So why don't you go ahead and figure this out? $1,178.25. Is everybody okay with that one? Yeah. So that's the municipal tax. Okay. Letter C. Letter C. Calculate Jim's education tax. Oh, okay. So education tax is different because it has a different mill rate. Okay, so we're gonna do education tax. Education tax. Okay, so the mill rate is 14.76 mils per thousand times 96,975. Okay, so education tax would be $1,431.35. Okay, now the way they are separating this, municipal tax is what the municipal government, the city, takes so that the city can provide us with services like fire, ambulance, policing, garbage and recycling and all that stuff, okay? All of these are the municipal tax. That's where those things are. You know, the city of Winnipeg splash pads, those, the renewal stuff. That's what the city uses to do those things. Education tax goes to the school division. So the schools can provide the education for your children, right? And some of us have children in our school, right? Okay, now letter D. Letter D. Letter D says here, the local improvement is $8 per foot for road oiling. So there is only one local improvement. So local improvement. Okay, it's going to be $8. And the local improvement is based on the frontage. So the frontage is 50 feet. So 8 times 5, so that's 40, so 400. $400. Okay? So what have we done so far? First, we figured out the portion assessment. Second, we figured out the municipal tax. We figured out the education tax. We figured out the local improvement. Now we're going to put it all together. And it says here, calculate the total property tax if the credit is $700. Okay, credit is the money, okay? It's not added onto your tax, it's subtracted from your tax. So let's take a look. So total taxes due. Total tax due. Our municipal tax is $1,178.25, so that's the municipal tax. Our education tax is $1,431.35. Our local improvement is $400. And then what are we gonna do with the tax credit? We're we're gonna subtract the tax credit, so minus 700. So at the end, how much is this all together? So $2,309.60. Okay, that's the tax for the year. Tax for the year. Does the tax, so this is for that 1 year tax. Does the tax stay the same year to year to year? What do you think? Yeah, it changes from year to year, right? Because sometimes there's going to be a local improvement. Okay, now we're going to improve something this time around, and then the following year, years after that, oh, now we have something new to improve. Okay, or sometimes school division will raise taxes, and then sometimes the government, the city of government, bring down taxes. So it changes from year to year to year. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna pause here. That's one example.